Alright, so there was a battle down here in Bannerwood. Satissa and Agartha. Look at the forces. Oh my god almighty. Let's just take a look at what Satissa's throwing out here. I'm not too familiar. They got the Dinanu Shaman. Shaman, I should say. Astral 1, Nature 1. How did I click a Shaman out of that whole group? Right there, that little guy. Okay, these guys are the Elite Warriors. 13 hit points, 8 defense, 2 attacks each. Looks like poison resistant. Sobek's Sacred Guard. These are monsters, I think. 37 hit points, 21 protection. 2 attacks. Okay. And here's the god. So we got Ouroboros, the Serpent of Chaos. He's got 2 afflictions, weakened, limp, 3 experience, dark power. Okay. Dark vision, swamp survival, wasteland, cold-blooded, poison resistant 15, fear 16. He's an amphibian, regeneration 10. He's death 6. So he's got an undying bless and a whole bunch of casters. Level 3 priests. Holy moly. Lots of those shamans. Okay. Okay. Let's just see what he does. Obviously not much going on here. Now, I was aware that this happened via email. What we got here? There's the Relief and Foul Vapors. Which I wonder if that will affect these guys. Are they not poison resistant? I guess not. What about these Sentinels? I think these are really nasty. 25 resistance. Only 15 hit points here in Satician Dominion, though. Apparently, Agarthan Dominion does give hit points to whatchamacallits, golems. So they're apparently significantly weaker in enemy Dominion. Communions. So these are big spells going down, and what was being said via email from Agartha was that, well, it'll probably be easier to explain it once you see the map, but apparently this was, what do we got here? Quagmire's up, okay. Keep getting sidetracked, sorry. Apparently a lot of gems were wasted here, and slaves. And the irony is that when Agartha moved into the Throne Province, he used an Earth Mage to search it for sites, and found a Furbog Fortress, which built a fortification there, and so provided all this province defense. And the odd thing is the game decides when an army is large enough to trigger your gem spending, and it considered this a big enough army against this huge Satician one. So Satis lost a lot of gems here, I think, to fight this battle. As we can see by the Foul Vapors, Relief, Quagmire, I would imagine all of those costing gems to cast. And we saw some imps here, those were slaves, so lots of stuff got used that probably would have been preferential for Satis to use it against the main force. Let's speed this up, because I don't even think, boy, they're even going to get anywhere near anything other than the Horde of Skeletons. And I'm seeing what I do wrong with Horde of Skeletons now. I think Satis had their mages mixed in with the front line. So these skeletons are way out in front. That's really nice. If you've seen my playthroughs, I often fail to get those into the front line very efficiently. So, interesting. This is going very slow. It's like there's so much casting going on in so many units that it almost doesn't look like anything's happening. But that is quite an army right there from Satis. That's scary. Message from Agartha. I was hoping to be where Satis is now. That's why I'm invading him, really. You got the worst spot. I got the second worst. Look at it this way. On the bright side, you only have 2 nations that could attack you right now. 3 if you count Rl'yeh. But he has other issues currently. Okay, alteration completed. That's alteration 5. A dire portent. Loveliness, Lord of Pangaea, Father of Gods, Master of Darkness, Lord of Terror, Prince of this world, the Watcher of the Gallows, has proclaimed that the oak growing in his sacred grove is the Mother Oak, the oak that stands at the heart of the world. The possession of this oak is surely a sign that Loveliness is the rightful ruler of this world. Thus, the oak must burn. No finds there with augury. I figured, screw it, let's just cast it. Alright. That's our situation, guys. I got 367 research per turn, so I'm looking at 4 turns to get to control, and then we are looking to avenge our people who were slaughtered in the Great Wood, assuming Satis just doesn't roll through Agartha right now. I gotta believe Satis can pull this off, but I'm not certain. If Satis drives through here and pushes all the way through, then we're gonna swing south and go into Pangaea. If Agartha wins this, we're gonna go in and move this way. So that's my thinking. Those are my only 2 options. I'm afraid of Rl'yeh. They, like I've said before, I don't want to fight stacks and stacks of AI that have access to my borders. Pretty brutal. But I do have good forces all around. I got good research. I feel like I can put up a fight at least. And like Agartha said in their message, I have, you know, very narrow lanes for people to attack me. Like, it's not like I'm going to be surrounded anytime soon. So I think that really bodes well for me. That's where we're at. Alright guys, this is the battle at Bannerwood, the clash of giants, if I may. Agartha versus Satis. And we are at a fort here. I think I said last turn that Agartha found a Furbog fort. I'm going to speed this up, because I think it's going to be a really long one. Looks like we got the Foul Vapors, the Relief coming in, Communions coming down on the side of Satis, summoning Imps. Holy Avengers coming out. Tons of slaves and masters. Let's see if we can get a number. That's a slave right there. Okay. What about this guy? I should have been looking for the little... I don't know. Little images. I don't know. We'll find it. We'll find it later. Another turn or so. Quagmire down. Relief and Foul Vapors. All cast on the side of Satis. Horde of Skeletons coming in. They're charging into the Sentinels. We got the Strength of Giants coming out all across the Agarthan forces. 42 hit points on the Sentinels. That's a wounded one, too. These things are ridiculous. 10% regen. From the Bless, Morale +1, Poison Resistance 10, Reinvigoration 2, HP 8, Regeneration. Poor Amphibian. I guess you'd want to fight them in heat. No, they don't even have Encumbrance. So, Slash Resistant, Pierce Resistant, Magic Being, Poison Resistant 35, Lifeless, Need Not Eat, Mindless, Never Heals, which apparently doesn't apply to Magic Beings if it's at a lab. Patrol Bonus, Dark Vision. So, basically, this is a stupid unit, guys. I find this ridiculous. There's no counter to this except for, from what I can tell, 2 spells in the game. One being Opposition, there it is right there. The other being Control. So, I assume that Satis is going to be dropping as much opposition as possible. Where the fuck are these? There's another slave. Another slave. Not a slave. What the hell is going on here? How come I cannot find a single master? Right, the glowing guys are the communion peoples. This is crazy, guys. This is crazy. What about this little guy right here? Nope. I don't know. There are masters in there, I'm sure. Horde of Skeletons. Hordes and hordes of skeletons. Only 5 casters, Golem Masters, Crafters, and 2 of these Oracles of the Ancient. One of them an Earth 5. Pretty big guys. I'm thinking 30 to 40 Sentinels, if I had to guess, and maybe 50 of those Shard Guards. And these are Defenders of the Halls. 14 defense attack skill is only 9. Good armor. Man, is it driving me nuts. Where are these masters at? Oh my god. Oh, where are they? Where are they? I don't know. Alright, the banishment coming down. These guys, level 1 priests and level 3 priests. So, pretty good priestage going on the Agarthan side. We're going to speed it up again. This is going to get locked down. There's the opposition doing 979 points of damage. So it is an auto kill on a magic being that fails a magic resistance test. Paralyze coming down on the Shard Guards. That will pretty much neutralize them for the entire game. 35, or battle I should say, 35 turns. I don't know. I mean, these guys up front are pretty good defense. That's a long dead. 14 defense for the light infantry. Getting hacked to pieces by the sentinels. Where are those? There's one. We got it. Okay, 8 slaves. 3 magic boost. Okay, so here's what I wanted to talk about. You got 3 magic boost to all your paths. So this is a level 4 Astral Mage. According to the book, a magic resistance test is 10 plus your d6 roll plus 1 for every additional spell path divided by 2. So opposition, I believe, is level 3 Astral. This is a level 4 Mage. You divide it by 2. The difference between those would be 0.5, and I believe it rounds down. So he's not getting a pen bonus on these. So penetration would be 10 plus his d6 roll versus the Sentinel's 12 magic resistance plus their d6 roll. So, okay. So basically, and a tie goes to the caster. So basically, Satis has to roll 2 higher with every cast of opposition in order to kill a Sentinel. Otherwise, it misses and does nothing. Okay. That's similar to Paralyze. Though if the Paralyze is coming out of a Communion Master, which it must be, because I think all of his Astrals are only 1, and those mages are also Astral 4, then they're getting +1 bonus to their penetration roll. But Shard Guard have an additional magic resistance over a Sentinel, so it's same boat. You need to roll 2 higher than the defense for a hit on that spell. Look at this force from Satis. Good God. Flooding the gates, but not breaking through. This is where you really want some kind of ethereal or flying unit. And, I don't know. You look at it like this, you gotta see a victory for Satis, but it doesn't look like their melee units are doing anything at all. Lots of paralyzed Shard Guards. Horde of Skeletons coming in, but doing pretty much nothing. Magna Bolts dropping from the back line of Agartha. The Smite's coming in. Doing pretty good damage with Smite. I'm seeing like 20-ish damage, even on the Sentinels. Mind Burn coming down. That, I assume, is coming from Satis as well. Something I considered versus Agartha as well. And actually Pangaea. Opposition, Smite, Paralyze. It's looking good for Satis. The line is totally stuck. It's getting pelted with spells, hacked to pieces by the Sentinels in melee, which attack skill 11 and defense 9 for a unit that is fucking broken as hell, to me is really good. I mean, it's 22 protection. You don't see, like, units with this much HP and protection generally don't have very good defense and attack skill. Like, a lot of times you'll see a comparable unit at, say, 5 defense. But not these things. Do they have a shield? No, just a granite glaive. So it's a blunt, non-magical weapon. Okay. I don't know. Does magic damage on a melee weapon get through slash and pierce resistance? I don't know. I'm not certain about that. Oh man, I was making those banes for those elf blades or something because they insta-kill magic beans, but as much banishment as he has, I don't think that would be a good idea. Now we got the elite warriors up front. Only a 9 in defense, not going to be able to hold the line against those sentinels. As you see right there, several of them hacked to pieces. Again, the skeletons all in the back. They're not able to get through the front gate. I don't even think it would particularly matter. I don't think the skeletons could do any damage either, but at least he'd be losing fodder instead of actual units. And I think at least half of the Shard Guards are paralyzed. At least half of the non-paralyzed ones are stuck on the wall, completely negated. I mean, basically there are 5 squares, 6 counting the side one, 7 counting the other side, holding off this cluster of Satisian infantry. Still lots of smites, banishment just coming down from the casters in Agartha. It's kind of surprising to see them. I'm wondering, they're pretty fatigued. Yeah, they are all the way to 100 on fatigue, so it's probably why the magma bolts have stopped. There's one right there. A hole is broken into Agartha's line, or maybe that was where Cetician troops, which appear to be turning around. Is this a rout? We do have a rout on the Cetician side. Again, still at least half of the Shark Guards paralyzed. So the broken-ass Sentinels still holding the line. We no longer are seeing the opposition coming down from Cetis. 114 fatigue on that Master. So they are done casting. And this is gonna go in Agartha's favor, I do believe. This is a long fight, guys. My recording on the audio says 9.5 minutes. That seems wrong. I can't imagine that's right. I don't know. Look at this. Look at this. This fight is not even near being over. We have slaves approaching the wall. They're going in. They're taking poison damage from the Foul Vapors. I think the Foul Vapors was completely negated. Yep, even the Shard Guards, 25 poison resistance. So Foul Vapors definitely not going to work against Agartha. What do? You know, you see something like this. I knew there were things like this in Dominions where, you know, it's just invincible. It is frustrating to watch, though, because I do believe this is going to turn around for Agartha. I mean, what do you do against these things? What do you do? I don't know. I think it's going to take the whole world going against Agartha to take them out. Though, you got to think, though, every single one of these Sentinels, I believe these larger ones... Yeah, Sentinel... And that's a Sentinel also. They have Sentinels, and then they have Unliving Statues. I think the Sentinels are 4 gems each in Earth, so it's interesting to find out how much gems he's bringing in per turn. That Furbolg Fortress he found on this province gives him 2 per turn, right there. So, I mean, that's a pretty big find when you got a broken unit like this. I would love to have a broken unit like that right now. I could use it. Let's take off the walls, because Cetis is getting pushed in. You can see their numbers have thinned out. All these runners on the side completely blocked by the wall. The entire length of the wall is blocked for the Cetician side. It is not looking good. Their mages have pretty much stopped casting. I don't know what the Touch of Madness is for. I can't think what that is. The Sobek Warriors, Sobek's Sacred Guards are in. Rusty Equipment. They were hit by the Rust Mist, or whatever the hell that's called. Let's see, and it looks like they have Undying 7. Undying 7. It's 5 at level 4. So, I think they have a level 6 Death God. If I'm recalling my pretenders correctly. I don't know. I don't think his god was here. Oh, we did see it in the last fight. It was that snake. I'm sorry, I didn't actually show it. It was only a golem crafter there, but his god was there. So I wonder why he didn't come into this one. Holding the line still. The Sentinel's kind of off to the side now. There are 3, 6, 9, 10-ish left from my count. The Sobek guards in front trying to defend. I don't know what this fiery effect is on the ground. I missed that. And now the Agarthan casters are back at the magma bolts. It looks like the Sobeks are routing. There they go. This is amazing. There go the Shark Guards. And there goes the rest of Cetis' army. They are in full rout. The positive thing is for Cetis that their mages are getting out. Look at this broken-ass unit. My god. 50 morale. You can't rout it. You can't hurt it. It's got 36 hit points. It's immune to all damage. It has poor amphibian, but it doesn't have encumbrance, so fighting in the heat I don't think would matter. I could be wrong on that. Regeneration to negate that never heals effect. Holy moly. Oh my god. Okay, so let's just talk about this really fast. This is a long segment. Here's my thinking. I'm going in no matter what. If I die trying, good enough for me. We're bringing in 393 research per turn. That puts us at control at level 6. I think control is going to be significantly better than opposition. And I have a stronger army as far as astral magic goes against him. So they're looking at 12 magic resistance. And I'm bringing in level 4s and 5s on my astrologers after Light of the Northern Star. And then, of course, I've been building these spell focus amulets, which will give me +1 penetration. So the level 4 post Light of the Northern Stars will be casting control at +1, right? I'm not going to get another level. Boy, even that, I'm going to be I'm going to be a -1 trying to penetrate his magic resistance. So that's brutal. And not only that, but mine's going to cost Astral Pearls. So I think my chances pretty slim, but I got to make a move. Otherwise, Agartha is just going to run away with this thing. So at least we have eyes over there. Pangaea can't get through the mountain. Assuming they would be willing to assist even. So I'm looking at boom, 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 and I don't know. That's the plan, guys. Alright, a couple things this turn. Bandar Log, first off, announcing, I openly declare war against Marignon for spreading heresy into my lands and attacking my provinces. I act according to the monkey war conventions of the 42nd age. I will not pillage, I will not use slaves in combat, and I will not directly attack the population with magic, because I'm a kind and merciful monkey god of blood and death. So, I wish you luck, Bandar Log. Bandar Log, I think, quite a bit smaller than Marignon. I do believe Marignon is the most powerful nation in the game right now, at least in terms of land. So, good luck, Bandar Log. I hope it works out well for you. A dire portent. Earth monster, brilliant god, king of fires. Kindling of the fire that fell from the sun. Okay, I believe that's probably the... Can't remember the name of it. Eternal Pyre, maybe? That gives you fire gems? I'm not certain on that. And then, as you can see, I took Urklos and Shatterspine finally. I do believe I'm going to regret this decision, which is why I avoided doing it for so long. And I think I did it at the worst possible time. So here's what happened. Reaper's Reach and Urklos were both 2 in cold. And I had an army right here in Reaper's Reach with my god, and I thought, I can easily take this, and because it's 2 in cold, there's no way the river is going to melt. I'll be able to go back over here and head north and make my way to Agartha like I originally planned. And lo and behold, it, of course, melted. So now my army is stuck down here. I have my army in the Shatterspine, so the entirety of my forces, well, the vast majority, are in these 2 provinces, which is horrible luck. And to make things even worse, Agartha has moved all the way up to here, so they took this throne site this turn, so now they have provinces. He can hit me from the water in the south as well as the north up here. And it just generally looks bad all around. I noticed that in his capital, he started building these magma children. They are, if I understand correctly, you get 5 units for only 3 fire gems. And these aren't bad units. They're like 17 hit points. They're basically like fire elementals from what I can tell. And the worst part is that they are also magic beans. So my use of control to negate the sentinels is pretty much worthless now. So once again, I've got nothing, guys. I've got nothing. I am honestly ready to be steamrolled. Okay? Let's go ahead and check out these battles really fast. There's not a lot going on in them. We did have a bunch of Illithits. I'm going to speed these up just because, like I said, not a whole lot going on. And, I mean, it's like the 3rd time we've actually seen my forces in combat, so I figure I better show it off, even if it is against an AI. So I don't know. I think that now I'm really worried because, of course, I've angered the AI, Rl'yeh, who has access to my coastal provinces, and Agartha, who I was planning on attacking, also has access to my coastal provinces on 2 different fronts. So, very bad for me. Very, very bad. I just don't know. guys. I don't know. And how long? Let's see. Oh. So that paralysis from the Illithids is not nearly as bad from the looks of it as Paralyze is, the actual spell. It seemed like they woke up pretty quickly there. You can see I got some Vine Men in this province. My little buddies, I know they're bad, but I was looking, when I was originally planning on taking on Pangaea, I was just trying to get bodies to help block the Centaurs. And that's a lot of Bakemono. Pretty bad units. And I think these archers are actually longbowmen, so didn't realize that before. Fireballs missing. I feel like our mages have been very inaccurate. Those were a couple good shots right there, though. I don't know, guys. I legitimately have no idea what to do. I'm like looking at Agartha like, what is there? Oh, fireball right to my own people. What do I do, guys? I don't know. I really don't. It's unfortunate. Yeah. So, tons of Bakemono. Here's the big thing. These guys are not amphibious. No, they're not. So, every unit that routes here will be destroyed. Because they have nowhere to go. So, that's good for us. I would think, right? 6 air gems. Yeah, so they had nowhere to run to, so they're gone. So, now we have this province. Looks like it's mostly water units. This has almost nothing. And this has mostly water units. So, that's probably my safe... my protection, actually, is that these Rl'yeh provinces don't have much to attack the land. I want to get a fort in here in Urklos, but I don't know if the money, the cost of it is really worth it. I think I need to bump their defenses up. And one other thing, you know, I've been talking about how I've had some bad luck with my casters. I've had 2 of these Sorcerers of the Sands. You can see Fire, Air, Earth 1, and then they have a chance to Fire, Air, Earth level 2. And of course, so far 0 for 2, we got both of them getting death. So, more bad luck. More bad luck. I don't know. I would definitely change how I've done this entire game. I think when I first planned on going after Man, I should have just kept charging in and went through Pangaea. That would have been my... That probably would have been my only chance. But we'll see how it plays out. I do plan on attacking no matter what, just because at this point, I don't think I'm going to have much of an impact. Let's take a look at Satis here. So Satis is being sieged by... Let's send that guy down there. Being sieged by Pangaea now. Huh. Pan did mention that the only way they could get to Satis, or I'm sorry, to Agartha would be going south through Satis. But even if he managed to get all the way down here, then he and I would bottleneck in this region. So, okay, that's it for this turn. All right, guys, this is turn number 42. I've skipped several turns. Again, not a lot going on. It's just been kind of a boring game for me. I did run into Tien Chi. We've been talking a little bit. He says, it seems we're weaker than our neighbors. Perhaps we should form an informal alliance in case we get attacked. The thing about that is I can't really help him, and he can't really help me. He is near Abysia, which I expected to be a very strong player in this game. And then further east would be Marignon. So I'm thinking he's Tien Chi, probably this area, which he's doing a lot better than me if that's the case. And Abysia, of course, very strong. Looks like sieging down Xibalba's capital right now. So I won't be able to get over there to help him. He won't get over here to help me. But I have no problem at least saying, hey, I'm not going to attack you. Which I've already done. So I, of course, took these provinces from Rl'yeh. And look at that. Wow. Rl'yeh lost this to independence, apparently. Yeah, so I'm putting up a fort here. It should be done this turn. And my army moving back to the capital. I'm going in. I don't expect to be able to beat Agartha, but at this point I just want to make something happen, give it my best, and see what happens. But I will say, I had an idea. I don't know if this will work. He has no units here in these water provinces, and I'm kind of guessing down here also. So what I did was I forged a barrel of air, and I also gave a shambler skin to a priest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to attack into his water provinces with some just basic ground units, and also this Siren's Refuge with the priest that has the shambler skin. So since it's totally unarmed, I should be able to take those two provinces without any problems. That gets rid of the concern that he had borders to my other main fort in Arcoscephale. So I'm hoping that works out. And at the same time, I'm going to hit through this area here. The only thing is, I really don't see how I can fight him. Even taking the Great Woods, he's going to have a northern and a western front against me. And I can't cover all that land. So I'm basically I'm going to try to grab land and then hold it, is my plan, and see which way he goes from there. As far as our units go, basically, I'm totally broke. I have no income. It's spent 100% every turn. I haven't even been able to buy these Sorcerers of the Sands, so that's unfortunate. But I have this guy producing Alquils, just to try to buff my research a little bit. You can see I have quite a few items. Some Clam of Pearls from Satis, a bunch of these spell pen items. And we started bringing out some water bracelets and things like that. So, I don't know. My plan is to basically go in and totally try to counter magic beings. I don't know if I have enough. And I am not confident in my ability to set up communions to maximize the communion. So, it's going to be interesting. I don't know. We'll find out. As far as this turn goes, not a whole lot happening. I think it was Agartha, by the way, that hit me with this Sea Lions ritual. I could be wrong. Maybe it was just an event, but I thought that somebody targeted my throne and took it with a ritual spell. It kind of sucked. It didn't hurt me that much, but, you know, I lost the throne for a while, which is giving me no gems anyway. And worse off, I lost these two air sites for 2 or 3 turns. Losing my voice, guys. But that's pretty much it. Again, not a whole lot going on. Let's see, I got him an air helmet. I don't know if this Robe of Shadows is the way to go for our god here. I'm not even sure what to put in his hands and on his... I'd like to give him Boots of Earth, but I am getting 1 Earth Gem per turn. I have checked every single site at least level 4, except for this one. It's just been bad luck, especially for the Earth Gems. That is one gem that I feel is very valuable, pretty much no matter what, as long as you have Earth Mages to put it to use. And research, bringing in 508 per turn, so we're going to have Fog Warriors here within 3 turns. And from there, I have no freaking clue. I know I'm missing out on Mind Hunt, but I don't think Mind Hunt would be, here it is, useful against Agartha because he has high hit point commanders, and I don't think it will do enough damage to kill them. I think Thaumaturgy, I missed out. I should have head for this Master Enslave and also Astral Travel, which would let me scratch that. The thing about Astral Travel that's confusing me is only our astrologers could use it, and they only have 10 leadership. So I guess I could give them like some kind of item to increase their leadership. But to me, that spell would be great to like send a large army like over here and just have them land and come in from the west to open up another front. Man, my voice, guys, it's killing me. But that's about it. I'll probably skip some more turns. I think I probably should have skipped a lot of turns earlier in the game, but I don't know. Hopefully it'll get a little more exciting. I'm going to tell Tien Chi that he can move his army out of the Pyre Sands. I have no intention of attacking him. I think, I'll say it again, I should have just kept going into Pangaea. Had I attacked here, I think I would have won. That would have given me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish more. That would have doubled my size, tripled my size almost. So, oh well. Gotta learn the game, guys. I have not done this before, and it's showing.